My name's Parker Tilley, and I grew up in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. It's a small town, about 25 minutes from Winston-Salem. Yeah, so growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandma, and I was one of only two of her grandchildren, and so she really spoiled me. We would go after school every day. We would get soda, chips. Just she'd let me get whatever I wanted, really. So that wasn't good for my health, and yeah, so that lasted until I was about 13. I did play sports, but I was always the heaviest of my group, and I just didn't really have a good diet. My worst decision, I feel like I was pretty active, but I wasn't eating like I should have. I was eating just the typical junk food and a lot of fast food. So I would say my diet was definitely the worst part of my health. So I quit playing basketball in the 7th grade, and then I quit playing baseball in the 8th grade, and I was left with no physical activity. So I knew that I had to do something to keep my health well, and so I decided to start working out. My dad worked out all through his 20s, so he helped me get in the weight room, and we started lifting once a week, and that really got me started on the right track. The big challenges was probably, just having like good endurance is hard when you start working out. It's hard on your body, and just building that stamina up. And another big challenge was my diet. Obviously, if you're working out, it doesn't really help if you have a bad diet. So I had to make a change in my diet. Originally, before I started working out, I didn't really keep up with what I was eating. I just kind of ate whenever I was hungry. Ate a lot of times when I wasn't hungry, and I overate a lot. And so after I made this change and decided to start working out, I started tracking my calories. I started tracking protein, carbs, and fats, and making sure I was getting the right amounts of those to ensure my muscle growth, and just trying to keep a really healthy diet. So I actually lost 20 pounds in around 3 or 4 months when I made this diet change. So that was one big thing. I mean, I went from 180 pounds in middle school down to 160 pounds. So that not only made me look better physically, but it made me feel better. It helped with my self-confidence, and it just made me feel like I was actually doing something good for myself. So the transformation that I saw from middle school going into my sophomore, junior year was just amazing, and that really helped with my self-confidence. One of the biggest transformations was just losing all that weight, and that helped me not only mentally, but that just made me feel better on a day-to-day basis, feel better about myself, feel like I'd actually accomplished something. So in my main essay to Carolina, I actually wrote about this, the weightlifting and the transformation I had because of weightlifting. And I've kind of tied that into being passionate about something and finding purpose, which everybody needs to have purpose and needs to have passion for something. And I just think that weightlifting really helped me develop both of those aspects in my life. So I knew that coming in that I was gonna be like strict on time a lot of days, and it wasn't going to be easy as high school. I wasn't going to have 4 or 5 hours of free time a day. But I also knew that I needed to keep up with weightlifting because you hear a lot of people in college that have degrading mental health, and I think weightlifting has really just helped me keep that positive motivation and just motivation in everyday life, just to help me get through deadlines and all the exams and papers and things like that. So I knew that I just told myself, I promised myself coming in that I would keep up with it. When I walk across the stage in 4 years, I hope that weightlifting has helped me develop into a better person. And I hope that I'm able to keep these same connections that I've had weightlifting throughout the rest of my life. And I also hope to be as physically fit and as mentally well off as I was when I came into Carolina.